In this episode of 10 Best Ones, we are going to check out the top 5 best point-and-shoot cameras in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these point-and-shoot cameras, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5, we have the Fujifilm X100F. The Fujifilm X100F is a perfect choice for every enthusiast who wants to invest in a compact, versatile fixed-lens camera that can produce gorgeous photos and videos of which you won't stop admiring, but for a fairly salty price. From a design perspective, this particular model has a silver, retro-inspired construction that consists of a hybrid viewfinder positioned on the top left corner on the rear that basically combines the features of an electronic and optical viewfinder with the intention to let you shoot in either optical or electronic modes. Slightly below, there is a large 2.36 million OLED display which will provide you a clear view of everything you wish to record, while on the right and on the top, you can find multiple controls of which you can take an advantage in order to tailor the picture exactly as you'd like. On the front, there is the lens that occupies the center of the unit, while above, you can find few more buttons, dials that will help you switch between modes, so as you can see, you won't have any difficulties in terms of operation. Now, let's talk about the features. This model is armed with a 24.3 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 3 sensor and a newly developed X processor Pro that will yield the best possible outcome of the sensor and make this camera able to quickly lock on a moving subject. Furthermore, the camera has an expanded phase detection area as well, which is really cool, considering the fact that the camera can perform accurately and be undoubtedly faster for your ultimate shooting experience. I would also like to add that the X100F does not only produce vibrant images, but it also does an amazing job in terms of video recording. To be more precise, it supports full HD video in 6 frames, starting from 59.94p, 50p, 29.97p, 25p, 24p, and 23.98p, and when we add the fact that you can add simulation effects, and adjust the shutter speed, exposure compensation and the aperture, it means that the videos will surely fascinate you. Overall, I strongly recommend you consider this camera, and if you ever decide to purchase it, you will understand why it differs from the others on the market. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Nikon Coolpix A900. The Nikon Coolpix A900 is an extremely affordable digital camera that would be a really good option for you, if you're a frequent traveler or a beginner photographer who requires a camera for everyday shooting without spending thousands of dollars. From a design perspective, this particular model sports an all-black compact body that houses a 3-inch 921K dot tilting LCD positioned on the back, with a control panel that sits to the right. However, keep in mind that the screen isn't touchscreen, so for making adjustments, you should use the physical buttons. On the top, you can find a few dials that can be used for accessing modes, while on the front there is the wide optical lens that is flanked by rubberized grips which will help you have a solid hold on the camera. Before we move to the next section, I'd like to mention that this camera comes with a snap bridge, which is surely a great addition, due to the fact that it will ensure a constant low-power Bluetooth connection with your phone, so that every image you take will be immediately transferred. But now, let's talk about the performance. The A900 comes with a 21-megapixel backside illuminated CMOS sensor, and the Nikon lens which I mentioned previously, but what's interesting about both of them is that you will be able to shoot sharp photos even in low-light conditions, and record 4K UHD videos without any problem. Moreover, this camera has an ISO range that stretches from 80 to 3200, but I would recommend you an ISO range of 800 if you prefer to shoot in low-light conditions without a flash, since at this range the images will have only a slight noise and would look soft. In terms of recording, the camera records 4K UHD videos at 30 frames per second and saves them as MP4 files, which is super cool, considering the fact that you won't have any difficulties in terms of watching and editing. To conclude, if you're looking for a reliable, inexpensive digital camera, then this is the one you're looking for. Next up, at number 3, we have the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II. The PowerShot G7X Mark II is Canon's masterpiece because of many reasons, starting from its built-in connectivities, usability, and up to its high-end shooting capabilities for a price that is suitable for everyone's budget. So let's get straight into the action and reveal what else can you expect from this device. From a design perspective, this unit is clothed in an all-black color finish, and it is composed of a fairly large 3-inch LCD screen that can be tilted up to 180 degrees, and down for up to 45 degrees, with the intention to let you have a clear sight of everything you want to shoot. To the right, there is the control panel with intuitive labels which will signify you the purpose of the controls, while on the top, there are 2 dials and a button, and as you can notice, all the controls are easily accessible, so you won't have any difficulties switching between menus and adjusting the pictures depending on your requirements. On the front, except the Canon zoom lens, you can also see the presence of the control ring, of which you can take an advantage and manually adjust photos as well as navigate between menus, so when you see it as a whole, this camera does really look elegant and nicely engineered. Now, let's talk about the features. This model comes with a 1-inch, 20.1 megapixel CMOS sensor that is paired with Canon's DIGIC7 image processor and offers an ISO range from 125 to 12,800, but let's not forget the built-in 4.2x optical zoom lens that will ensure quality photos that will look smooth even if you're shooting in difficult lighting conditions. I would also like to add that the lens is covered with a super spectra coating, which drastically reduces the occurrences of ghosting or lens flare, so that you can achieve wonderful results in strong lighting conditions. Finally, this device has a built-in Wi-Fi and NFC support, meaning that you will conveniently publish your images to your social networking and media sites, and everyone will admire your results. Overall, the PowerShot G7X Mark II deserves your attention, so give it a try and assure yourself of its quality. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Leica Q. The Leica Q would be an extremely good option for everyone who wants to invest in a premium camera that is capable enough to change the way you perceive how should one camera look and perform like. From a design perspective, the Leica Q features an exceptionally durable, compact construction with a frame that is made of a magnesium alloy, and an aluminum top plate, which basically means that the camera will maintain its original look even if you've been using it for years. On the top, there is a control wheel and a dedicated shutter speed dial, while the rear of the unit is perfectly organized in my opinion, since on the left upper corner, there is an electronic viewfinder with 3.68 million dots. Slightly below, you can find 5 control buttons, a 3-inch, 1040K dot touchscreen sitting in the middle, and a D-pad, which will offer you all the control you need. On the front, you can see the gorgeous Leica Summilux 28mm f1.7 ASPH lens, for which we will talk more in the following section. But now, let's talk about the performance. The Leica Q is running on the Leica Maestro 2 image processor that distributes ultra-fast processing image speeds of up to 10 frames per second at full resolution, and packs a 24-megapixel CMOS full-frame sensor that will offer you an ISO range from 100 to 50,000, which is wonderful. For instance, the tests we've seen so far have shown us that the camera performs the best under the ISO range that stretches from 800 to 6400, since the images look sharp, and are virtually noise-free, so I'd advise you stick to this range. Moving on, the lenses are fast, and its sharpness is fairly impressive even when wide open, which makes this camera a truly reliable device. Last but not least, the Leica Q can record in 1080p resolution at 60 fps and 30 fps, and after you're done recording videos and capturing photos, you can transfer your content instantly, thanks to the built-in Wi-Fi module. To conclude, the Leica Q is worthy of considering, especially if you want to invest in a premium camera that will never disappoint you with its performance. And finally, at number 1, we have the Sony Cybershot RX100 IV. The Sony Cybershot RX100 in our opinion, is currently the best point-and-shoot camera that you can find on the market, due to the fact that this unit has an excellent build quality, packs numerous features and performs extremely well, so if you've been searching for something similar, then trust me, you've found the right camera. From a design perspective, this camera has a matte black, weather-sealed construction that is made of a magnesium alloy, which by default makes it suitable for shooting in a variety of weather conditions. In addition, the first thing you'll notice if you view from the front will be the large, high-quality Zeiss lens, while at the rear, your attention will be immediately pointed at the 0.39-inch OLED viewfinder that has 2.359 million dots, as well on the tilting, 3-inch LCD touchscreen with up to 1.4 million dots. In practice, you will be glad having these two components, because both of them will ensure that you will have a distract-free view of everything you want to capture. On the right, there are the connection ports that consist of an AV-in port for charging the battery, a headphone port, a mic port, card slot, and an HDMI out port, so you will be fully backed up with everything needed. Now, let's talk about the features. The RX104 is powered by a BIONZX processing engine that will offer you a continuous shooting speed of up 24 fps for up to 249 frames at a time, while on the other side, the 1-inch Exmor RS image sensor has a DRAM chip which will drastically improve the readout speed, while ensuring a highly efficient AD conversion. For your information, the RX100 will provide you with 5 minutes of 4K video recording as well, so I really think that you will love having such a quality camera. Before we end, I'd like to note that the battery life can handle up to 280 on a single charge according to Sony, and even though I've expected more, I personally don't consider it as a remark. Overall, you should definitely consider this camera as your next purchase, because it is capable enough to elevate your user experience to a whole new level. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to these point and shoot cameras, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.